Alright, welcome back, folks. Diddy is currently in court, and guess what? We know he's excited because he's been waiting since September, you guys. Okay, so look, the judge is determining if the rap mogul rejected the plea deal before the trial. Okay, so look, his prosecutors and his lawyers, they are currently preparing for the final hearing before his federal sex crimes trial. Okay, so look, Combs, his attorneys, and federal prosecutors, they're all meeting with the judge, Sabranan, what a hard last name, right, on May 1st, which is today, at the Daniel Patrick Mahonian United States Courthouse in Manhattan. Okay, so for one last pre-trial conference, days before the hip-hop moguls trial, which kicks off May 5th. Set your calendars, don't forget. Diddy is going to be wondering how this is going to all play out. It's not like he's a psychic or anything. So it's all still up in the air, and decisions about, which expert witnesses will be allowed to testify during the trial, the jury questionnaire, as well as Combs' rejection of an appeal plea deal and other outstanding questions. Okay, so Combs, look, he was arrested in September, and subsequently he was charged with racketeering and sex trafficking and transportation to engage in prostitution, folks. He has pleaded not guilty to all 5 counts. Okay, and we are going to keep you guys posted because, again, his trial, like I said, is May 5th, and the jury selection and opening statements are set for May 12th. Okay, so if you're wondering, how can I watch Diddy's trial? Look, the trial is not going to be televised, but there are really cameras. They're not allowed in federal criminal trial proceedings, okay? But there will be people, obviously, on the outside reporting live from, the courtroom, to give you the constant updates about what's going on with Diddy, how he's looking, and yes, what charges, again, does Diddy face? He's charged with 2 counts of sex trafficking, 2 counts of transportation to engage in prostitution, and 1 count of racketeering. Okay, so racketeering, it is the participation in illegal schemes. Okay, so you're probably wondering, could you get more in detail? So look, Combs coerced different victims, some of whom they say were sex workers, through intimidation and narcotics to participate in something called freak-offs, folks. And if you're new to the channel, like the video and subscribe. And don't forget to check out my prison series as well as my previous Diddy news. Okay, I've always been covering Diddy, and let's get back into talking about Diddy. So sometimes days-long sex performances that the federal prosecutors claim they have videos of. So they're talking about his freak-offs were recorded, and they got different days of different footages of it. So they said he's basically, there were 70 civil lawsuits that was filed against the Bad Boy Records founder. Okay, but again, these are all allegations, people. Okay, so they're trying to say he sexually abused them, he drugged them, physically assaulted them, and this all spans over a total of 3 decades, including a lawsuit that was filed by his former ex-girlfriend, Cassie, and she did that filing in November of 2023, okay? And you know what? That video will probably hurt him in court, the one where he was dragging her and claimed that it was because he was cheating. Like, that's going to give him a right to do that, So, let's see. They're saying during an April 25th pretrial conference, what was Diddy's plea deal? A prosecutor said Combs rejected a plea deal. The attorney did not share the terms of the plea offer, okay? And indicated she wants Sabranan, that's like the judge, to confirm with Combs directly that his lawyers told him about the offer and that he made the decision to turn it down. Of course, you want to see how the trial is going to play out, right, Diddy? Of course you're going to be like, no, thank you. Okay, so the judge indicated he will directly question Combs about the deal on May 1st hearing, which is today. You know what, people? Why take the offer when maybe you can just be free, you know? That's what he's thinking. Okay, so some of you are wondering, is Diddy in jail right now? Yes, he is. He's still in custody, and he remains in custody at the Special Housing Unit in Brooklyn's Metropolitan Detention Center, despite he had repeatedly, attempted to make bail, but it did not work out for him. And ahead of trial, these are the current challenges Diddy is going through, He's been appealing, everything that's being said, but he remains in custody since September 16th of 2024. And this center, too, is also housing Luigi Manning and Sam Bankman-Fried, okay? So, I guess he's got some friends while he's in prison. And, you guys, that's all I got for you on the Diddy news, and I will see you on the next one. Like, share, and subscribe.